Alrighty, friends, happy Saturday. We are here to do a live workout. This is the second one I've done, so I wanted to do one here on the weekend. If you are joining me live, that's awesome. Feel free, if you have not worked out yet, to get in your workout with me. We're gonna be doing a grounds flourish program workout, which is my program. It's a dumbbell only workout. So truly all you need for this workout is dumbbells. I have my Bowflex dumbbells up here. Even if you don't have dumbbells and you're just kind of like chilling on the couch this morning, you don't feel like moving too much, just get up and join me in a couple of these movements, even if it's body weight, to get the bod moving. Or if you already did your workout today and you're just here to hang out in the chat, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube, I love it. I love to see it. Jason's gonna help out with keeping an eye on the comments because I am too distant from the computer. I cannot see them. So we've got all the devices set up. Now, normally what I would say prior to hopping into this leg day is definitely make sure you are warmed up, friends. Warming up and cooling down does not get enough attention and time that it deserves. And you know it's true. Call yourself out in the chat if you are victim of not giving yourself enough time to warm up and cool down. So I actually did go to the gym this morning with Jason just to do cardio. So my body's nice and warm. I just did some moderate steady state cardio. So I feel pretty good. I'm warmed up. But if you are not, feel free to go at your own pace, get some dynamic stretching in, even if it's just moving into some body weight squats, some lunges without weight. These are things that as I've gotten older, I've realized I need to be doing to warm everything up. If not, I definitely feel things in my knees more, in my joints, etc. So make sure you take the time to warm up, and then also you want to cool down afterwards too. So don't ignore that. But we're gonna hop into this leg day, and yeah, might as well. So yeah, we're gonna hop into this leg day. Make sure you have some hydration with you, whether that's H2O, whatever you need to hydrate throughout the workout, maybe a little towel. I also wanna mention, don't necessarily need equipment, but if you have something like a stool, ottoman, couch, anything that you can utilize, today's workout, I believe we do have some dumbbell hip thrusts, so you'll want something that you can rest your back against. No fear, if you don't have that, you can always just modify and do it off the floor as well. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm anxious to get into this workout because I didn't sleep much or well last night, so I'm a little tired. So we're always keeping it real here on the YouTubes. If I get tired, if I get breathy, you're here with me. Now, if you are not already part of the Grounds app, I just want to mention the Grounds app did just have a ton of amazing updates this past week, in particular with the nutrition tracker section. So I just want to highlight that real quick. We got a lot of nice additions in there with the ability to actually add the time that you consume your meal, which I personally like because I'm trying to get better with my meal timing and not eating so close to my bedtime, because that definitely impacts my sleep. The other updates we had there are you can duplicate a meal. So if this would be huge for Jason because he eats literally the same foods every day. So you can hit duplicate meal and you can schedule it in for the full dang week. So if you're someone that eats the same breakfast every single day, schedule it out. It just makes your life easier if you are tracking your macros. In addition, you can favorite foods that just make it easier to kind of pull those in if you have staple meals that maybe you're not eating on the regular. So those were the main updates in the nutrition section. Also, you've got that food scanner in there. The app is just such, to me, the highest value you can get. So take a look at it. We'll leave the link down in the description box for you to do a free trial if you want. And it's leg day, baby, let's go. Jason, let me know if there's any commentary from the chat in either place. Okay, cool. Is anybody working out with me today? Or are you here just to watch me? I'm not offended if you're just here to watch me too. Cool. This will give you a nice little preview. I'm doing week 6, day 21 of the Flourish program. I'm gonna hit start on this. I do like to also start my watch, so I'm here to help y'all, but I also want to make sure I'm on my stuff too. I like to track my workouts in all the places. All right, so we're gonna head on into this. And let's see, first movement is gonna be a dumbbell. That tells you how tired I am, a dumbbell sumo squat. So for this, I'm just gonna use one dumbbell. And let's see, what do I wanna do? I'm gonna start with a lighter weight just to kind of get the motion. Okay, just a FYI, if you're on Instagram, Jason's not modding those comments right now. So if you are wanting to ask questions, head on over to the YouTube chat box. All right, dumbbell sumo squats. We are doing 12 reps of this. I like to kind of go at an angle to show you. I stand a little bit further than shoulder width apart. Just making sure you're getting enough space to be able to perform the motion. And to hold the weight, I kind of clasp it like this. Keeping a neutral spine too. You don't want to be really putting any pressure on your spine. I'm hearing a lot of fluid in the knee joints today, which happens. I lose count during these workouts. Last time you guys graciously told me I definitely did more reps than I needed to. Nice, I like when you guys work out with me. I believe that was 12 reps. I did a 40-pound dumbbell, so I'm gonna enter that in. Okay, so. I like that some of you are here to work out with me. Some of you maybe watch this on the playback as well. Got a 60-second rest that never seems to go by quick when I'm in the gym, but goes by quick when I'm doing these lives.
It's because you don't breathe right, because you're trying not to breathe, so it doesn't.
I know, I'm trying. That's true.
So now you're more out of breath.
That's true. That's probably why I'm more breathy.
Breathe normal.
Well, I can't breathe normal and talk.
True.
So I'm either talking or not talking when I'm completing the exercise, but I'm trying to keep it a little engaging. If you're like literally just watching this and not into watching me work out, I don't know. I'm actually intra workouting a Ghost protein coffee because your girl's gotta do what she's gotta do, you know what I'm saying? I need the caffeine. Trying to stay up late for UFC. Okay, 6 seconds. One other note about these as well, make sure your knees are moving in the same plane of motion as your toes, okay? That's how you want in a squat, a good squat form, which is required for sumos. Okay, so just make sure. Yeah, so on these you don't have to. For dumbbell sumo squats, I like my toes pointing outward and then my knees are gonna follow into that plane of motion versus caving inward or going all wonky. Really make sure you get that motion down before you start upping your weight. Okay, 12 reps, baby. Doesn't sound like a lot, but she's already breathy. 40 pounds. Last time I did 70 pounds, but I am a little more limited in my home dumbbell selection. This guy goes up to 52.5 pounds, the Bowflex. I do have these linked in my Amazon store. They're not cheap, but to me, for home workouts, they're a great investment. No clue what reps I'm on. 11? 12, we're gonna say? I'm gonna say that's 12. All right, yeah, I mean, all right, let me throw this in here too. Okay, so we're doing four rounds of the the dumbbell sumo squat. I knew. Oh, good choice, Andy. Making an ice cream cake. I've never made an ice cream cake before. I've only bought them. How do you do such a thing? That sounds delicious. Also, being that this is only the second one I've done.
And Andy's also watching the UFC tonight too.
Nice. Andy's also watching UFC. Very cool. I'm gonna try. You know, the nights that I actually want to stay up late are when I'll fall asleep at 10 p.m. then the nights that I want to go to sleep, I'm up till 2 a.m.
Last night?
Like last night with barely any sleep. Okay, this is round 3, 12 reps. I'm just gonna keep it at the 40 pounds, especially considering I didn't sleep well last night. I already did get in cardio this morning, so I just don't, I'm pulling back a little bit here today is what I'm telling you. 2. I'm also starting Tip Tuesday on my Instagram. I did do one of those earlier this week. So if you have any specific short form content you'd like to see regarding workout tips, setup, form, cheat codes, drop those into the comments. So I'm curating a list of content to start doing for those Tip Tuesdays. Don't forget to really engage these muscles on these movements, friends. When you're coming up, don't just go through the motion. Squeeze your quads, squeeze your glutes. Really make sure you're getting the most out of it. Squeeze them really tight and then let loose. Name that movie. Such a good movie. Okay, that was 3. We've got one more to go. And I'm just gonna be doing a little checkity check down here because I'm wearing the cross waistband leggings and the butter fabric. Even in a size up, I still be getting camel toe. It's just, you might not be able to see it in the cold brew, but oh, look at me wearing and drinking cold brew. Oh, cool, yeah, that's the nice thing. So these programs will live in the app forever. So if you didn't do Flourish and you're like, man, everyone's raving about it, I know, you can do that the next time. All right, last set of dumbbell sumo squats. The bench I use in the Flourish program is out in LA. Any bench will do. Some benches are higher than others, so that's the other thing, body mechanics. Your height makes a difference in what benches will feel best to perform the movements. So it's not like the bench we have at home actually is a little too high for me with performing Bulgarian split squats and hip thrust, whereas it's perfect for Jason. So the height of a bench does matter. So I don't necessarily feel like I could recommend one because I could look for one to recommend, but I don't have one to recommend is what I meant to say. Was that 12? We're gonna say that was 12, friends. I hope if nothing else, showing these live workouts, you get an understanding that, you know, no matter how athletic you are, how long you've been in fitness, you should be pushing yourself to a degree that you are getting breathy, that things get a little challenging, things get a little uncomfortable. If you're never getting to that place, you're not working hard enough. You're selling yourself short with the progress you can make. So make sure if this whole program you've only been using 40 pounds, try 45. Try upping it a little bit. Even if you can only do a couple reps, you can drop set it and then drop down the weight. Do want you guys to start challenging yourselves, especially those of you that I know are not beginners. In addition, we've got 10 seconds till the next set. These are new, these live workouts, so definitely open for any feedback for what you would like to see. If you want me to keep doing them, if you have thoughts and feelings on how to improve this process, also drop it in the comments on the YouTube chat. Last set, 12 reps, 40 pounds, dumbbell sumo squats. All right, that was 12 reps for me. We are moving into the next movement after we take a quick rest break here. 60 seconds, moving into dumbbell thrusters. These honestly are something that they're kind of a full body movement in a way, full body getting into it. So I'm gonna do a lighter weight. These are very challenging on the cardiovascular system. If you're not used to doing them, this will definitely elevate the heart rate. I'm gonna check what weight I did last time. Another thing I wanna mention, I'm using 40-pound dumbbells. This is one of the things I notice all the time, or used to, I should say, posting a lot of workout videos, getting comments like people critiquing how much weight they lift compared to me. Don't do that. Even though I said I was doing 40 and I did 70 before, maybe both those numbers have your jaw dropped. Understand, I've been lifting for a very long time and came out of being a competitive bodybuilder and being trained by competitive bodybuilders. So don't ever compare yourself to someone else and what someone else is lifting, okay? Focus on your own journey, on your own weight, but definitely don't sell yourself short. Be inspired to push yourself as well. All right, so dumbbell thrusters. Let me know if you love or hate these. I actually really love these. I think they feel phenomenal. And just an FYI too, you do have a 45-degree and a 90-degree angle you can check out in the app if you're ever unfamiliar with how something should look and if you're doing it correctly. I'm gonna do 10 pounds because the rep range on this is 12 reps. So 10 pounds in each hand. Let's see. You do. Oh yeah, I can spill some tea on the group coaching. Probably let's do a quick tea spill after the workout. So stick around for that. You know how chatty I get. Okay, yeah, I did 10 pounds before. Let's do that. This camel toe is really, I really can't handle the camel toe, you guys. It's too much for me. Okay, I'll quit talking about it. All right, I'll do a front angle for you guys this time. So we're doing 12 reps. I know these look so big, these Bowflex ones. So again, shoulder width apart. I like to go just a little bit further out than that. Another movement where you need to first perfect your squat form. So you really want to make sure your knees are in line with the toes. You're not like caving over. Your back is straight, neutral spine, okay? And 12 reps on these. Nice and strong. It's okay to go fast on these. It's okay to go slow on these, but using that momentum will help you with building your strength. This is a movement that, honestly, this could be used as a warm-up movement, maybe not with 10 pounds. We'll set those aside, but, you know, another way to just warm up the body, get the heart rate elevated. That could be a good way to warm up. Doing some of your basic movements that are in the workout for the day with no weight, just to kind of get the motion down. So, whew, okay. I feel like when I work out, not doing a live, I don't get this breathy, but maybe I do and I just don't realize it because I'm usually listening to music. So then I don't hear how I'm breathing. I do, right? Also I'm pretty congested, like my allergies, and I'm trying to not sniffle for you because that will be exceptionally annoying on this mic. Cool. Cool, that'd be nice. Let's see what pop off for a second. Is anyone? There's only 10 people on the Instagram. I figure that probably isn't really worth streaming on both. I mean, I don't know how many people are on YouTube, but, I just don't know, and there isn't a perfect time that works for everyone, especially coming into the summer months, but one more ask of you before we hop into the next set of dumbbell thrusters. Let me know if you would love to see another driven series. I talked about this in my last video. My chatty get ready with me is a great way to catch up with me. I talk about a lot in that video, so even if you're not interested in makeup, go check it out. But let me know in the comments if you would enjoy a driven focus series like I've done in the past. If you're not familiar with those, it's very fitness based. We do a lot of vlogs, grocery hauls, meal prep, and I just give tips while I work on improving myself depending on what my personal goals are. I try to give you goals as well. I try to give you education and tips on how to reach your goals so we can kind of do it together. Yeah, I have a new appreciation for fitness instructors who wear their little mic set and actually do the workout. You know what I mean? Like I've seen some coaches and fitness instructors where they do 1 rep and then they walk around the room, and I totally understand why, but it's definitely a different breathing experience to figure out talking and breathing appropriately for your movement. So when I think about, you know, the Peloton tread classes are what always get me. I'm pretty sure I've done 12, but I am always so impressed by those trainers that do hour-long progressive runs, yet talk the entire time and don't even take a drink of water. I'm like, how do y'all do that and not get breathy? And they'll be flying. And I think it's just maybe something you have to train for a bit. So hopefully this helps me. And I ran out of Kleenex, so I can't even blow my nose if I want to. All right, so we're doing 3 sets, and this is our final round of this, right? Final round of dumbbell thrusters. I feel like these are a great movement if you're ever just trying to get a quick workout in, which we have the on-demand workouts and grounds too. This is like a great movement to just throw in to really get your heart rate up. Okay, last set, 12 reps. I would like to do these in person, so no date planned yet, but Teresa and I are talking in talks about her and I doing a grounds live workout together at some point in Houston. Once we firm everything up, I'll definitely share more, but just to kind of tease that, that's something we would like to do together and do in person. So this is my practice for working out and talking at the same time. All right, that completes dumbbell thrusters. All right, so next up, we're gonna have dumbbell reverse lunges. I think I'm gonna stick with 10 pounds just based on my heart rate and just with my body. I did run yesterday, so I usually like to alternate my runs with a leg day. I try to not do it on a leg day, but I still give consideration on my leg days for how much I'm lifting, just to make sure I'm not compromising myself, kind of going against what I'm trying to do here. Whew, okay. So we're gonna do 12 reps each side, reverse lunges. Something about a reverse lunge I personally prefer. I don't know what you guys think. They feel more natural to me and more comfortable. So 12 reps each side, 24 total count. So that's 1 full rep. I usually just like to count to 24. For this, you really want to make sure you get that foot back, then drop down. Okay, you don't want to just be kind of wobbling all over the place. Make sure you're stable. Make sure your torso is nice and strong and upright. Still keeping a neutral spine. You don't want to be leaning over too far. That's just a different movement altogether. Is Emily working out with me right now too? Emily is kicking butt in the grounds app, doing all the things, showing up for herself and her kids. I just have such an appreciation for moms who, you know, are able to do all of that. To prioritize yourself must be so challenging, because I find it challenging without kids, with dogs and a husband and family. It's tough to show up for yourself. It's tough to make that room in your day, but when you do, you're able to show up for everyone else in your life a bit better, right? It really improves our relationships, improves our confidence, improves our strength for the long term. So much benefit. Good morning, Sydney. I lost count. Shocker. I need like a little, there's gotta be something that can count for me other than a person. I'm just gonna say I did 24. And y'all are gonna be okay with that. This is what I need to do, is not only have a YouTube moderator, but someone who's literally watching and counting for me. So you can throw a comment up and be like, Kara, you got it, girl, cut. So we're doing 3 sets of these, 3 rounds, if you will. So we've got 45-minute rest because I'm trying to punish you. 45-second rest, excuse me. Goes by quick, it really, really does. So curious to know what y'all do on your little rest periods between lifting. One of the reasons why I do really enjoy this app is because, number one, half the time I would show up to the gym and be like, I don't know, I'm just gonna figure it out as I go. Number two, I wouldn't be specific about reps, I wouldn't be specific about rest. All of this is idiot proof for you within the app, which just takes so many things off my plate to make my life easier. So during my rest breaks, kind of like I'm doing right now when I'm at the gym or even at home in my basement, I keep moving. I like to, rest doesn't mean lay on the floor in corpse pose. It just means you're not performing the movement. So I like to kind of keep moving a little bit to not fully have that heart rate drop too much. It can be a little bit of a shock to the system if you stop altogether. Alrighty. I'm really gonna try to count this time. Okay. Round 2, reverse dumbbell lunges. Everyone's lunges may look a little different. This is gonna depend on the length of your legs, all right? Everyone gets so worked up in watching workout videos and thinking, well, I don't look exactly like that person when I do that movement. Could it mean you're doing it wrong? Possibly, but it could also just mean your body's different. And you do have to lean into what feels best and correct for your body. So if I bring my leg back super far, I'm using my knee more than I'm actually using my hamstrings and my quadriceps. So for my reverse lunges, my leg only goes back so far. And that's okay. You do what feels best for you. I think Bulgarian split squat's another one where it can be long debated how far out you should be from the bench. Go by feel. Go by what feels like you're working the right muscles. Huh? My shoe got untied. I hope they look sparkly white. I finally washed these for the first time. They look pretty good. Proud. I'm sweating. Oh man, alrighty, so that was round 2. We got one more round. Thanks for counting for me, Jay. Yeah, I did. All right, so yeah, sometimes I just like to kind of do a little ditty. Sometimes I walk around. Sometimes I do a little dance. Sometimes I do farmer carries where, you know, you just kind of like walk around, use your core, just kind of like, they actually feel really good. Tend to use a weight that's a little bit heavier so you feel a little bit more of a pull with the arms. Always feels quite nice. Most of the time I empty my dishwasher or put away laundry. Randy, that makes total sense. If I was working out, like normally I don't work out upstairs at home, but that's so smart to be efficient with your time. Luca, hello, how are you? Love the rest of the time in the app. That's smart, Amy. Loves the rest time in the app. She usually is recording her weights and her reps. Likes to record on pencil and paper too. Get things ready for the next movement. I love it. I love to hear people are staying in the zone. Okay, let me set that down real quick because I'm going a little bit slower than what the app wants me to do today, which is okay. You just go ahead and pause it if you need to. Don't ever feel pressure like, oh my goodness, I'm not quote unquote keeping up with the app. It's not a perfect science. You go at your own pace. Go at what feels right. Even same with the reps. That's the other thing. The rep range is there to guide you. If you cannot complete all the reps, do what you can. Sometimes not being able to complete the reps is an indication you may be going too heavy, or the movement may be just a little bit too difficult for you. So that's when you maybe want to take a look at that and modify. If the rep range is 12 and you're getting 25, or you feel like you could, oh, you know, that probably means you could go up in weight, right? So like these, I'm breathy, but I have no idea what number I'm on. And I feel like it's not giving me a good indicator of when I'm done, because I probably could go a little bit heavier on these. I'm just gonna say 24. I could be right, I could be wrong, we don't know. I'm always right, I like that answer, Jay. All right, next movement is gonna be a single leg dumbbell RDL. These are challenging. These not only work our hamstrings, work our gluteus maximus, it also works our balance. And that is something that I need to improve upon, is my balance. And so single leg movements can be great for really honing in on that. So if balance is off, you may notice it. In this movement in the app, you'll see that I'm just directing myself on my own. If you need to though, hold on to something. It doesn't mean the rep doesn't count. It doesn't mean you're not doing it correct. If you need a little assistance, take the assistance, okay? This is one of those movements that sometimes I feel like going too light, it's almost harder to get your balance. I don't know if you felt that or not, but what did I do last time? One dumbbell, 20 pounds. I think I'm gonna meet myself in the middle and do 15. Why don't you just meet me in the middle? Okay, 12 reps each side. What side is easier for me? I never know. Okay, what I like to do too, just let me give you a tip. I like to kind of focus on one thing. Once I find what spot I'm standing in, I like to just take my eyes and kind of center them somewhere and keep my eyes centered on that. I find it really, I don't want to be kicking my couch. It helps with balance, so don't be looking all around. Make sure that you really do just kind of pick one spot, whether it's like the base of the floor, just kind of something in front of you. It'll help balance you. My leg's definitely shaky. I can feel it in my hamstrings, which to me, instead of being discouraged by it, I'm like, okay, this is what I need to be working on right here. Challenge accepted. Shift the mindset. Take those challenges, meet them with where you're at, and just try to grow and improve every day. Oh, Lexi, you don't want me to sing more. Okay, and if you do, if you get like wobbly where you're like, oh, just reset, friends. That's actually my better leg. I know it probably didn't look it. I do like to put my hand on my waist. For me, it does just help a bit with balance. I'm kicking that. Like I said, if you need to, hold on to something for balance. Hold on to a puppy dog. Don't sniff my butt. That's very embarrassing. Ayo, that was not the movement, JJ. I don't advise trying to do this around cane corsos, your big dogs. Or another tip you can do on these two, which I do sometimes, when you're coming back up, you can always do a touch if you need to. A touch to reset. These dogs be getting in my way. A little touch to reset if needed. Touch, and then come back down if that's helpful for you. It's another way to modify in these. Okay, we're just gonna reset before we go to round 2. Instagram, anybody in here? 9 people. Yeah, I think next time we just keep it on YouTube, babe. I can see comments now, so Jason's keeping an eye on the chat, but if you want to throw a live comment in, again, if you're watching this on playback or if you're here right now, any feedback for improving these moving forward, let us know. I wish they could see that right now. Maybe that's the way the phone should be. I'm being judged hardcore right now. Husband and dogs are all here watching my form. Baby, if you want your phone, you can take it. Okay. No, it just doesn't look like there's anyone in there. It's just like people coming in and out. All right, last set. Wait, last set? No, this is my second set. Look at me trying to. All right, let me give you just a different angle. We'll go backwards on these, 12 reps. I like to keep a little bit of a bent knee on the leg that's coming up. And for anyone that's confused on this movement, even though the leg that's coming back, that's not the leg working. The leg working is the one planted on the ground. That's the one that you should really be feeling when you go down and hinge up. You should really be feeling that tension in that hamstring. And I am keeping soft knees on both of these. I'm not keeping a super straight leg. Not locking out. I'm gonna tap to reset. I think that was close to 12. Let's go to the other side. You'll usually have one side that's easier than the other. My left hamstring is often really tight. Haven't really gotten it loose in a long time. It just always feels so much tighter than my right side. And that is what creates a little bit more of a balance issue, a little weeble wobbling. I probably really need a good deep tissue massage in that hamstring. It would probably go a long way. I do encourage y'all, if you don't have a foam roller, they're pretty affordable. You can get them on Amazon. I have a different selection of them, some softer, some knobbier, to really get in there and do your own myofascial release at home. A lacrosse ball. There's all different types of tools you can use at home at your own disposal to really, you know, work through some of these things. We put our body through a lot. Working out's great. It's also inflammation. It causes tension in the body, so you want to make sure you find that balance. Okay, one more round of that. Oh, I love that you love these workouts, Michelle. Thank you. Heidi, thank you. I'm glad you guys like these. I don't know, I'm not someone that's ever really watched live workouts. I've watched workouts after the fact to do, you know, workout along with people, but I've never done them live, so. Okay. We are gonna get this done. This is movement number 4. This is the last set. Yeah, show them the dogs. They're probably getting tired of seeing me. This is the last set of this anyways. They've seen 2 rounds. I'm still working over here, don't you worry. I just got my audience judging me. 2. They seem unimpressed. I want to see you guys stand on one foot.
I can bench more than you.
That's true. He's like, I've never lifted a weight in my day, Mom, and I'm stronger than you.
JJ drags us all over the place.
I know. Do you do this movement ever, Jason? Or only when you work out with me? Oh, I switched my side. Okay. I like these live workouts too because not only for y'all, it keeps me accountable. It really does. Make sure I get in my workouts, and I cannot believe we're heading into the last week of Flourish. I haven't decided what I'm doing next. I'd like to align my next program with potentially re-upping the Driven series because I just miss my YouTube community. I miss doing vlogs. I miss the long form content. Oh God, that felt good actually. That stretch sometimes on those feel really freaking nice. Yeah, like it feels good on my back. Thank you, Andy. Never judging, enjoying though. Appreciate that. I know I feel like a little like nervous when I do these because, well, in not a bad way, it's new for me, right? But also that like additional pressure of, I never want to be I don't want to be performing a movement subpar, being a personal trainer. And real life, as a 40-year-old woman though, like I have my own aches and pains at times that do impact my workouts sometimes. So like a movement like that doesn't look perfect. It doesn't look perfectly polished, but that's just real life. We just don't always see it. So our next movement is the dumbbell hip thrust. So that's why I brought this ottoman out. Again, if you're doing this movement at home and you don't have access to some type of bench situation, you can always do it off the floor and just do a glute bridge. I'm gonna do it here. I think this height will be okay for me. I'm gonna just do a quick test. Flip that around so I'm not on my mic. This thing's a little scratchy though. Is this okay right here for the camera? Okay. Michelle says, yay, bring back Driven. Thanks, Lexi, appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Thank you for the authenticity and comforting in our everyday experiences. I'll always be real. I just think like a lot of people think, especially say you're running your own business like this, you think everything has to look perfect, polished. You do everything 100. No one does, no one does. It's great to be confident. Definitely working on my confidence, but I'll always keep it real. Okay, so I'm gonna go heavier on this. I really don't love these dumbbells in particular for this movement because they definitely feel weird on your lap. I would suggest if you have a towel or a mat of some sort to use that if you're like worried about hurting your hips or your waist.
Have you tried them yet?
Yeah. This weight on this, I just did a little test. So I'm not going as heavy as I normally would. Huh? Yeah, the problem with these weights is they're so long. I shouldn't say that while I'm doing this movement. It's just a little awkward. Yeah, there is the flat spot. So in this movement, you do want to keep that neutral spine again. Keep your chin tucked. You don't want to be like really straining your neck, your spine. That's how I like to breathe. That's 12. So I really like to get a good squeeze when I come up. You want to stop right here at parallel. You don't want to be overextending. That places a lot of unnecessary pressure on your entire core, your entire lumbopelvic area. We don't want that. Oh, I should probably enter my weight in. So I'm doing 30. If I'm at the gym, I usually do like fold up a mat. The other thing you can do too, I know a lot of people don't necessarily have plates at home. We do. But if you have plates, like a 25-pound plate, I actually really enjoy doing a plate hip thrust. So just a little tip for you, if you do have a plate rested on your hips, same motion of course, I just feel like it lays nicer on your stomach, your waist area. So that's another hack for you. Or if you're in the gym and you're like, I just don't have all the time to set up for a barbell hip thrust, great modifications as well. Okay, that was just round 1. Oh, I'm supposed to be doing 15 reps. I think I only did 12. Oops. Oopsie daisies. Okay, we're gonna go into number 2. And for this, there isn't really like a great way to set up. It's truly just get that weight on your lap as safely as possible without compromising elbows, wrists, all those things. Or if you have a partner, have them place it on your lap, okay? And then I like to get my arms in position. I don't count that one as a first rep. I just like to get in my motion. Yeah, Jenna, I think your name's Jenna. Yeah, Jenna. Okay, Jenna, definitely try it with a plate. I really like that. Sometimes I'll just use like, I usually don't stack plates on my waist, but I'll go up to a 45-pound plate. Okay, so you can see we're squeezing. Make sure, sometimes it's nice if you've got a hand, touch the glute, touch it. Go ahead and touch that area you're trying to work. Make sure you're actually making that mind-muscle connection. Sometimes when I'm doing movements like these too, and I know I'm obviously not going as heavy as I could with a barbell, I like to kind of slow down the tempo. Really make sure I'm squeezing in every second of that motion, of that rep. Probably shouldn't breathe like that because then I'm breathing right on the mic. That's close enough. Yeah, close enough. So we're gonna do one more set of those. So this past week's Tip Tuesday was set up for laying hamstring curl with a dumbbell. So I'll take a look at the chat again, but I got a lot of good tips from some of you on Instagram for motions you want some further Tip Tuesdays. Let me know. Even if it's just, like I said, it could be a form tip. It could be a cheat code for you want to work a certain body part, but you don't want to take all the time to set it up. Maybe you have knee issues, whatever it may be. I want to keep consistently doing these little Tip Tuesdays for short form, just because I think they could be helpful. I seek out a lot of that content myself. What's that guy? The knees over toes. Love knees over toes guy. He's got a lot of unique movements that work for me. They may not work for you. It's kind of finding your own place for what your needs are. But I like to find a lot of people that talk about knee pain and kind of working with it or improving it. Last set, and I'm just sticking with this 30 pounds because it's getting the booty fired up. It's so funny how Bruce is just sitting here watching me with the sweetest eyes. And if y'all also have tips or questions on supplements and nutrition when it comes to your workouts, this is what I do here. Let me know. We've got a Ghost launch today for Ghost's 8th birthday, which I haven't even been with the team a year yet. It's closing in on a year. In August? September, technically. September 1st. But it's their 8th birthday, and they have a launch today. Oh, my glutes are not the strongest part of my body by any means. And that's okay. I know everyone wants to build a big old booty, but I just really want to be strong. I want to be able to have balance. I want to have mobility in my later years in life. So that's it for that movement. We're going to be moving into Dumbbell RDL. That's one of the ones you all requested for Tip Tuesday, so I'll probably do that soon. Thank you, Randy. Yes, code Kara for 20% off. I will be perfectly honest with you though, Ghost is offering a customer appreciation day. So their whole website is 25% off. Huh? With like a different code. And that doesn't support me at all because I don't have a link or anything. So you do what's best for you, but if you do want to support me in terms of me earning commission and continuing to work with the brand, being a new athlete, I'm always like, hi, but could you still use code Kara? It'll get you 20% off. Your call, no judgment, but we do have the launch today of the Intra supplement that I will be probably going on IG Live, but if you guys have an interest, I can talk here too after the workout. This carpet is awful. They lied to us at Pottery Barn about it, that it was only gonna shed for 6 months. It's been 4 years, friends. It's still shedding all over all of us. RDLs, I'm gonna lighten this up actually. Ghost needs a link for you. I agree, Lexi. They don't do links though, so there's no way. They do some sales when you can stack an athlete code, but this isn't one of them. I'm gonna go with 20 pounds because I've also been having some lower back issues, so I just wanna make sure I pick an appropriate weight to work the muscle, but also not compromise my lower back. Okay, so we're doing dumbbell RDL 12 reps. So 20 pounds. I'm gonna give you guys kind of like the 45-degree angle view for how I do it. Knees, well, let's start with the stance, shoulder width apart. Knees are not locked, knees are soft. There's a little bit of softness to the knees. I hinge at the hips. A lot of people use this reference like you're shutting the door with your booty. Neck is not compromised. Neutral spine, looking forward. And then squeeze up. Hinge at the hips. Squeeze up. 12 reps. It's okay if you take your time with these. The stretch can feel so good, honestly, if you do these correctly. With tight hamstrings and a tight lower back, these actually help me, not harm me, as long as I'm performing the form correctly. Performing the movement. Oh gosh, I'm gonna need to not watch this playback. Oh yeah, Lindsay, this is actually like ruined vacuums in our household. Hey, Aaron, what up? Aaron and I need a little girls trip soon. That sounded weird, a little girls trip. We need a girls trip. We need a business dietitian trip. Okay, so we're gonna rest real quick. Take a little sippy of my coffee. I've got the cold brew of the day. Is Ghost Chips Ahoy. If I could give y'all some recommendations beyond just the Intra that's launching today, the Ghost Joint Supplement, I'm gonna give you an update on that. I think that's actually been working wonders for me. 10 out of 10 recommend that for anyone who's really focusing on their joint integrity. I can give you all the recommendations. For me, it's so easy with Ghost because how many of Ghost products do I use every day, Jason? All of them. I could see where people are like, girl, all you do is talk about this stuff that you potentially make money off of. I do, but it's because genuinely it's what I literally use all day long. So I don't know how to avoid it. That also wouldn't be being authentic. Yeah. In here we do 8 ounces of unsweetened almond milk. I do an ounce of creamer of your choice. You can remove it if you don't want to. And then I do a full scoop of protein. Jason likes his like a sprinkle, like he doesn't do a full scoop. I do a full scoop just to get a full scoop of protein in post like workout is usually when I have it. And then 12 ounces of cold brew coffee. Shake it up. Shaking up, baby, now. Okay, let's do this. Set 2. No music this time? Oh, there is. Cool. Okay, set 2. This is another movement. You can play around with like foot stance a bit. I've seen people do a bit more of a sumo stance. Like I said, there's always a bunch of different ways to skin a cat. There really is. These are just such a staple movement that I really feel like have significantly helped shape the back of my legs and my glutes, which for us as women tend to be a challenging part to, not that you can spot train, but you can certainly build muscle that makes things look a lot better, right? Okay, that was set 2, I think, yeah. So we're gonna do one more set. We're almost done, we're almost done. It gets a little slow because I try to talk too. I've put both dogs to sleep, at least BW. So Intra is the supplement that's launching today. It's coming out in 3 flavors. This is replacing what was previously just called aminos. It still has aminos in it. And a lot of people are like, oh man, it's not branched chain amino acids. That's not what you want anyways. You want EAAs. EAA. Why is that hard to say? EAAs, I don't know, it's just EIEAO. You want essential amino acids. So that still has them in there. The only difference is they added more to it so that you can have a non-stim formula but feel something from it and feel some benefit. So they added a focus complex in there, ashwagandha, taurine. There's also a little bit of hydration in there, Himalayan pink salts in there. So you get a little more bang for your buck in there in terms of what it's gonna do for your body, for recovery. If you're someone looking for something, you can have it intra. You don't have to have it intra, even though it's called intra. Sometimes I still like to have it post-workout, depends on the day. Sometimes I like it for a bike ride. Last set of dumbbell RDLs. I have to say I really underestimated, even though I wrote this program, how sore I would be getting from this program. Only utilizing dumbbells, thinking like I wasn't gonna get as much out of not using machines, and it's in fact the opposite. I've been getting so much more of a workout with using dumbbells, because when you're only using dumbbells, you end up using a lot of muscles you don't normally use compared to when you use a machine and the machine's doing some of the work for you. Using dumbbells also allows us to work different planes of motion that you can't necessarily work with machines. So for instance, our next and final movement is gonna be a dumbbell lateral lunge. This is another challenging one. Definitely a challenging movement to be moving laterally. We don't do a lot of lateral motion. You're not really gonna get that with a machine. So definitely, if you're using machines, that's good too. There's no set best way to work out. Honestly, it just depends on what your goals are and where you're at. But I highly recommend including these in your routine somewhere. These have been big for me with strengthening my adductors and abductors, the tendons around my knees, especially for running. I'm using 10-pound dumbbells for these. These are a challenging movement. Let's see. Amy, any idea if they'll restock the summer punch? Sadly, friends, there's no restock on the summer punch. I feel like maybe, I said this at the beginning, but I don't know. Maybe we were hoping we'd get a restock, being that it was a collab. Limited time items. We will not see those coming back, unfortunately. I did get confirmation that we will hopefully be getting Clear Whey in other flavors. When? I don't know. But sadly, no restocks on Summertime Punch, which breaks my heart because I love greens and glow. All right, dumbbell lateral lunge, we're doing 12 reps each side. So you can do one side 12 reps and then go to the other side, or if you feel more comfortable alternating, you can do that too. I'm gonna hit one side, then do the other side. Randy says she's seen so many changes just 4 weeks into this program. 10 out of 10 recommend. Yay, that makes my heart so happy. I have seen so many amazing changes, and it's truly warmed my heart to be able to have a program like this that really can work for anyone. Doesn't matter where you're at, how busy you are, if you're traveling. I mean, there's just no excuses with this program, which I think is so important because that's what then helps us adhere to it. And what's the biggest problem most of us have with fitness, with nutrition, with our goals of any sort? It's adherence to it, adherence to the plan and consistency. So I kind of wanted to meet things in the middle with having a program that just sets you up for better success. For me, this was about including my strength training and not slacking on it, but still being able to focus on my long distance running and complete a half marathon and not feel like I was burning out or overdoing any one thing. So that's why this program was perfect for me. Now, if I'm not running, I will definitely probably move back towards Forever Fit. It's, in my opinion, a much more challenging program. You will get insane body composition changes with Forever Fit, but it's much more time intensive compared to this program. So it just kind of depends where you're at, what time you have available. Does anyone else struggle with lateral movements? It's not uncommon. We don't do them a lot. Okay. Hopefully that was 24 reps total. For some workout. This is gonna be our last movement for the live workout. I've got 2 more rounds of it. Really appreciate y'all joining me for this workout today. We're not done yet, but just wanted to say that before people pop out of here. I know it's a Saturday. It's a beautiful weekend in New York. Hopefully we get outside a bit today. I think the DOGs are definitely wanting to do something in the world. They're more social than Jason and I are. They force us to be social. Isn't that funny? Whew. What's up, fit? I always say fit vegan chick. Please tell me your first name, lady. I guess people don't mind me calling them their handle names too. I never know if people are offended by that. It's like this weird social media thing, right? You meet people in person and I'm like, wait, I only know you by your handle name. My handle name happens to have my full name in it, so it's not really a deal, but okay, let's get it done. Get it done. Sometimes it's weird that singing helps me perform my workouts. For instance, with long distance running, it sounds off, but when I struggle with running and I want to die, if I'm running up a hill and I'm getting into those later miles, I make sure I put on my favorite kick-ass song and I start singing out loud. And you might be like, girl, if you are running long distance and you have enough in the tank to be singing out loud, you're not in the right zone or you're not working hard enough, and that's just not the case for me. There's something about the hype up. You gotta hype your own shit up sometimes, you guys. We don't always wanna be out here doing this stuff. We don't wanna be doing the hard things. And that's what differentiates us from other people. It makes us badass bitches. We work hard, and when we wanna quit, we don't fucking quit, we push into it. And that's what I do, I push into it. So you play that pump up song, you get yourself pumped the fuck up. Sorry, I hope you have no kids in the room, but that's how I talk sometimes when I hype myself up. You just do it. I don't have a good singing voice. You heard it here today, friends. But I just sing or I dance, and I get myself in that zone of knowing I'm capable of the hard things. All right, one more set of those. One more round and we're done. Okay, Crystal. Okay, good. I actually did 28. Okay, perfect. At least I did the full. Thank you for counting for me, Jay Tucker. So that's the thing. I need a counter next time. Feel free. I'm taking open volunteers for who will want to join the next live workout and count, and put it in the comments when I have done my due diligence. I don't want to cheat myself either. I'm not. There is a lag, so by the time they drop it in there, I'm probably at like 32. Hey, as long as I'm getting them done. As long as I'm getting them done, that's all that matters. All right, let's get it done, guys. And you know, if you're feeling like the rest breaks are too long for you sometimes too, depends how heavy you're going. I might advise you differently, but for sake of today, I'm gonna cut that rest break a little shorter because I just pumped myself up. You heard it. I got myself so pumped up about what a badass I am that I'm like, ugh, I just gotta get in this last round so I can finish. When you see that finish line, that's when you just wanna work hard, right? But you can't wait till those final seconds to see the finish line to push yourself, because you will have missed so much opportunity to work beyond your potential. And when you work beyond your potential, outside that comfort zone, that is when the true strength is built. That's when we build character. It's when we learn who we really are in this world. Whether you're a quitter or whether you're someone who's gonna rise to the challenge and show up for yourself in big ways. So if you were working out with me today, I hope you enjoyed it. If you just watch this to get inspired, I fucking love that too. If you're just here because you think I'm a cool hoe, I like that too. But yeah, for whatever reason that you're here today, what brings you here today, I'm so glad you came. That was a great workout for me. Full hour-long session. He always does that where he just like drops it on him. Like, don't be rude, bro. I know.
He did it to me today. I would fall for it. So.
All right. So that was it. Now, normally these workouts would not take me like the full 60 minutes, of course. I was taking longer rest breaks to chat with y'all. And I just want to reiterate, don't feel bad if you need to take longer rest breaks. Don't feel bad in any way you need to modify. I was mentioning too, Forever Fit, I find is just a more challenging program. And I felt like some people were thinking, oh, I can't do a more challenging program, so I'm not gonna sign up for it. Guess what? You can always be flexible with yourself. The quicker you learn how to be flexible with yourself, the more successful you're gonna be for the long term. Once I learned how to be flexible and not live in a life of black and whites, the fitness lifestyle for me became more effortless. My ability to do fitness, to balance it all, to eat healthy, to still enjoy fun foods, to take my days off, it became more effortless. So you have to have that flexibility with yourself. With Forever Fit, it's a 5-day-a-week program, 3 days lower body. So it's a little intense, especially for me as a runner. And what I did while doing it, and I'm probably gonna restart that program, is I was flexible with myself. If I had to cut it back to 4 days, that's what I did, you guys. It didn't mean I didn't do enough. It didn't mean I didn't do it right. It didn't mean I didn't, follow through on my program. It meant I was doing what was best for my body. So I don't care what coach you're working with, what app you're working with, whether you're just doing your own programming, cool. But the quicker you learn to understand what's going on in your body, respect what your body needs, learn the balance of pushing yourself, but also following through on what you need to do for you, it takes away a lot of mental BS that sometimes we can consume ourselves with. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Real quick, friends, for those of you that asked about nutrition coaching, the survey is completed. We sent it out because I'm gonna be piloting something called the Grounds Inner Circle, all right? It's gonna be group coaching with me, a registered dietitian, and beyond just the group coaching, there's gonna be an entire platform at your disposal with tons of modules, lessons, if you will, essentially handing you all the tools you need to be successful for the long term, okay? In addition to that, we'll have weekly group coaching calls with other like-minded women with similar goals, similar struggles, and we'll be talking about that on these calls. So we're gonna be piloting it at first, which is why the survey came out. The pilot's happening at a discounted price because this is brand new, right? So we're gonna be piloting it, getting y'all's feedback, improving things so that everything is perfected, and then we will launch it. So I just wanna say, if you were someone that completed the survey and for some reason you're not chosen for the pilot, please, please don't be discouraged by that. Don't think you're not good enough or be sad about it or feel left out. Just know that that wasn't your journey to be on the pilot. The pilot's gonna happen quickly and we will get it launched. So the offering is not going away, it'll still be there. It's just gonna be perfected and ready for you in the right time. So that's what's in the works. That's taken up a bit of my time while completing my NASM certification. So if you're like, this girl is just kind of all over the place on YouTube, that's why. Something had to give while I really prioritized where my career is headed, and while my career incorporates social media and content creation. What I feel I was put on this earth to do was to help so many people. It's just what's in me to do. And so this is really important to me, and I'm really freaking excited. And I can't wait to be able to share more once things are up and running. So thank you so much for those of you that completed the survey. Thank you for those of you who came to be here with me today or who are watching it in the replay of it, because it's going to live right here on the YouTube. You can come back to this anytime you want. You want to hit up legs, you thought this was a fun spot, you can save this to your watch list and come back when you need a friend to work out with. I'll be here for you. Oh, my laptop went black on me. Oh, the pilot's okay, the pilot's probably gonna start, my understanding is in like the next 10 days. Everything has been, this never happens in my life, but everything has been moving very quickly, and in the time that the team is saying it's gonna move, it's moving. So at this point in time, I think we are gonna be looking to start the pilot in a week or so, week and a half. And I believe we were thinking about a 4 to 6 week pilot, and I'm not sure if that's changed yet. So when you'll know if you'll be chosen, I would think in the next week, but let me circle back with the team and I'll get back to y'all on that. And yeah, if you all are interested in Ghost, I'm probably just gonna head on over to Instagram and do a live over there and do some education just so people understand what Intra really is and what's going on for the Ghost birthday sale. Like I said, I don't wanna be shady. You can get 25% off, but it doesn't support me. So if you wanna support me, code Kara for the 20% off. I mean, I know it's a tough decision, but that's what we got going on today, friends. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you like these. Depending on what response we get, I'll keep doing them. If you want things like mic'd up workouts, I'd love to do those. Probably do that more as part of the Potential Driven series that I don't know when I will start that yet. Soonish is all I can commit to at the moment. But yeah, okay, cool. That's awesome. You're working on your NASM cert as well, Crystal. Feel free to hit me up with any questions on that. We're gonna end it here, friends and fam. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Go spend time with your loved ones. If you didn't move your body with me here today, make sure you get in some movement or at least do something that fills up your cup. That's gonna be it for me this time, and I'll